Freeway. My name is David Jatwood, the man rocking the Ray-Bans. And it is a Friday. It's a little stormy, and what I've been told, I didn't verify this for myself with my own personal Doppler radar system, but I've been told that it's going to be a very wet and soggy weekend. So, which is good because I don't have any outdoor plans for the weekend. I do have to start thinking about finishing the library. A lot has come up since I started building the library. I actually started doing it before the PCAM convention last year, and I'm slowly putting it together bit by bit. I have another set of shelves to do still, and as I'm putting it together, I'm thinking I may actually want some more lights on the other side for some more bottles, because my whiskey collection is getting a little bit big, which I'm very proud of. So what can I talk about today? Basically, it was a pretty easygoing day. Really more excited about the Whisky Compass project than anything else right now, because of how smoothly everything's going, and how I had made plans to launch the magazine March 15th. The magazine was actually done February 15th, February 14th, Valentine's Day. But I decided to take some time and really go over it with a fine-tooth comb and see if I can make sure there's no mistakes. Pretty sure I'm going to miss something, but very happy with the overall way it's coming around. And again, as I said before, I have no idea what I'm doing. And I think that's why I like to talk about this on the show, is because it didn't start with me. I'm a really good web guy, so I should do something with a web page. Or I'm a really good magazine guy, I should do a magazine. It wasn't like that at all. I just knew that I enjoyed whiskey. I enjoy magic, whiskey, writing, and of course Gabby. And there's a few things I like that are, partitioned in. I like collecting bottles. I like watches. There's certain things that I do enjoy, but there was nothing saying that this is the path I should go on. This is why I say that no matter what you like, there is a way to figure out how to make it work. And right now I am busily working on different types of revenue streams, but I'm going to put that more on the next 2 months. So I'm going to work on different revenue streams then. I'm not going to focus on ad revenue or anything more than just getting the word out that this is something that we're doing. Again, I say, if I can do this with whiskey, and think about it. What can you do? You can talk about whiskey and drink it. But if you can take anything like what I'm doing and start to make something of it, anyone can do anything, is what I'm saying. And we're living in an age where it's free. Gabby and I are getting married in August, and she built a website for free. Now, if you want a better web domain and you want this and that and the other thing, there are things you have to do. But social media, Instagram, TikTok. I'm not on TikTok. I should get on TikTok. But YouTube. There's all kinds of way to get your stuff out there. And so whatever it is, don't hold back. Don't hold back. Now, today, what I do want to talk about is health, because it's not something I struggle with. I struggle with the fitness aspect of my health, but I am a fairly healthy guy. I have some problems with my knees aren't the best that they've ever been. I have put them through hell with my martial arts training in my early years, and now it's the chickens are coming home to roost because they're starting to really act up now. But I am working at getting that fitness back up. I took 6 months off. Was it October, November, December, January? For 5 months off to just kind of deal with the stress of the convention. And that 5 months or 6 months or whatever it is, it's taking its toll. I am slowly getting back. My cardio's coming back quicker than I expected. My strength is coming back too. But the weight gain, it's something I'm really, you really have to work at. And for me, it's 100% diet. I tend to get a little bit sloppy with my diet, especially on the weekends. But I want to talk about, because I was talking to somebody else today about health and fitness, and we started talking about that guy who is his whole movement is don't die. And his thing is a thought exercise. He says, do you want to live tomorrow? Do you want to make sure you don't die tomorrow? Yes. Well, then let's spread that out to, do you want to survive a week? Yes, of course. And then you push that out, let's just never die. And he's using his body as a little petri dish, and he's experimenting with all these things to really get see how far he can push it. And one of the things that he has come from his personal experience and studies is sleep, how important sleep is. And he makes sure, like he makes sure the last thing he eats is at 2:00 in the afternoon, because he believes that digestion actually interrupts the sleep. So I'm not going to go to that extreme. I'm going to go home tonight and have a beautiful dinner with Gabby. Can't remember what she's making, what we planned for dinner tonight, but I'm going to enjoy a beautiful dinner and probably a nice cocktail. But the thing is, you don't want to be eating right up until bed. Now, I mean, this is just something I found myself. I'm uncomfortable going to bed with a full stomach. So I like to, so I make sure I don't have anything to eat after 6:00. Also, I usually pass out on the couch watching TV, and the people who know me best are going to laugh when I say that, but it's rare for me to get past the credits watching a movie or a television show. Because once I sit down, I'm usually going out. I like to get up early. I do 6 hours a night. I know there's people who are saying you should do more. I just can't. I wish I could. I'd love to sleep longer. I'm not one of those guys that likes getting up super, well, I do like getting up super early. Who are we kidding? I really enjoy that. I like being up when there's no one else in the world and it's just me. I really like that a lot. But, my 6 hours is, even on the weekend, I have a tough time sleeping in, without just sitting in bed scrolling. So I like to, when I wake up, if I can't get back to sleep in 10 minutes, I'm out of bed. But my point about this whole fitness thing is, I was thinking about, my life, my kids' lives, my friends' lives, my parents' lives, and how important health is, and how I heard a saying a very long time ago, and it was, you will, outside wave, guys letting me in, thank you very much. That's a Friday afternoon outside wave, ladies and gentlemen. That's a good guy. There's a saying I remember from a long time ago, and it was, when you really appreciate taking care of yourself and working out and being healthy, it's when you're old. Because if you don't work out while you're young, you will end up, those habits will continue, and you'll end up with some issues that are going to affect you greatly. And they actually affect your longevity. And one of the things they found, they're always trying to find that correlation between longevity and what people are doing. Like, is this guy eating a pine cone every day, or, drinking water out of the sea, or what? Why is this guy living to be, 110 years old? And they found the greatest indicator of longevity is friends. How amazing is that? Friends, relationships, love. Love is what makes you live longer. And what makes the relationships work is you. It all comes down to you. So if you're the kind of person that doesn't go out, doesn't, prefer to stay home, doesn't want to make friends, don't make relationships, don't want to return text, I'm pretty bad for that myself. I'm a horrible texter, I'm told. But you are the reason that you're going to live longer, because you're going to put some effort into your relationships. Your mom, your dad, your brothers, your sisters, your kids, you're going to put the effort in. Don't wait for them to come to you. You put the effort in. Get to their house. Go to the birthdays. Your nieces, your nephews, all of that stuff. For some of you I'm talking to, you're like, of course, I love my niece and nephew. I look forward to hanging out with them. But there are other people where there is a strain in the relationships in their lives, whether it be coworkers, family, whatever the case is. You have to put the effort in. I want to live as long as possible. And the reason I want to live as long as possible is because I want to meet my grandchildren. I very much want to meet my grandchildren, but I also want to be there for my kids. I know what it's like when somebody loses someone and they don't have that resource to go to anymore. So part of that living longer is me making sure my relationships are good. And part of that is keeping yourself healthy enough to get to these relationships. If you start binging Netflix and carving out on the weekends, you know what? It is your life. You can do what you want. But if you can start thinking, okay, look, I'm not going to eat that much today. I'm going to get out and go for a walk. I'm going to keep my legs and my knees and my hips in as good a shape as I possibly can. I'm going to eat lots of bone broth, and I'm gonna enjoy a high fiber, high protein diet, and get that fat in me. The fats, like the olive oils and the omega 3s and things like that. You start doing that stuff. You do it while you're young. And even if you're not young, say you're my age right now, and I'm starting to actually recognize that I'm not a spring chicken. But say you're my age and you're a little bit out of shape. Do what I did. And you know what? Yeah, I'm going to just be bold and say it. Do what I did, because I had a plan and it worked really, really well. And I'm hoping it works for you. Start going to the gym. Make a point to go to your local gym. Get a membership if you don't. Like, I'm lucky, I have a gym on the base. But if you're the kind of person that doesn't have a gym on the base, find the cheapest gym in your area. Usually going to be a recreation center, a municipal hall, or something like that. Heck, don't even do that. I'll tell you how I started my workout regime after I broke my knee in 2012. I sat there in bed for 6 weeks. My legs atrophied, my quadricep muscles atrophied. There was nothing left. My legs were like broom handles. It was awful. But I knew I had to get back to work because my depression was kicking in. And I started to work out, not for longevity at the time, but it was because I was so damn depressed. So what I did was I lied on the floor and I did one push-up. I did one single push-up. I got up off the floor and I got back to bed. And I did that every day for a week. My legs were messed up. I had a brace. It took me forever to walk without a limp. I mean, we're talking years to walk without a limp. But it was that one push-up that I did. I did that every day for a week. I did one push-up a day. And then the next week, I did 2 push-ups. And I did that for an entire year. And this is no hyperbole. This is what really happened. I knew that if I just kept getting up and putting the work in and putting the effort in to show up and do that one push-up, eventually I could get to the point where I could be doing 50 push-ups in a day. And now, and even now that I've been out of shape for 6 months and not working out for 6 months, I can still bang off 50 push-ups pretty easily. I'm lucky that way because of that extra work I put in. It's not about, there's so many great sayings about this, and I hate to sound trite when I do it, but it's not about how far you go in a day. It's about the direction you're heading in. It's so much about, it's inertia. It's getting up and showing up, dressing up. What is it? Getting up, dressing up, showing up, never giving up. It sounds so cliche, but it's true. That's how you get forward. That's how you get to the next level of anything. You don't get to 50 push-ups. If you have never done a push-up, you don't get there in one day. So what you have to do, what is this guy doing? What are you doing? So what you got to do is actually just put yourself on the carpet. Put your hands flat on the carpet and push. Do it once. And then, if you can't do a proper push-up, with your toes on the ground and, washboard or ironing board flat, then don't. Do a push-up off your knees. Do one. Do one every day for a week. And then next week, mix it up. Do 2. Same with the sit-ups. Same with the squats. Same with the jogging. When I started jogging, and this is, again, no hyperbole, this was 10 years. No, sorry, it was 14 years after I broke my knee that I went jogging again. I used to jog religiously every day. I loved jogging. I loved a lot, not every day. I'm not saying religiously every day. I did jog and I enjoyed it. But for me, that's what a warrior did. A warrior jogged. You just run. You run all the time. You had to be good at jogging. And when I snapped my knee, I could barely walk. It took me years to walk without a limp. I had a brace for 6 months, and then, it was horrible. It was an awful experience. And then in 2014, I got on the treadmill, and I didn't know what I could do. I didn't know what my body could handle. I got on the treadmill, and I started to jog. And no, I didn't jog. Sorry, I just walked. Because that's all I could do. I couldn't actually, Daisy. I couldn't actually jog. I couldn't actually run. All I could do was walk. So that's what I did. I just walked. The point was I kept showing up. I kept showing up every single day. And I would put on my gear, put on my shoes, strap them on, and I'd walk. And I'd walk for 20 minutes. And then one day, and I remember I was so proud of myself. One day I actually did kind of jog. I had that little hop in my step. I lifted both my feet off the ground at the same time. And now I was jogging. And I remember turning to someone saying, that's the first time I jogged in 14 years. And I was so proud of myself. And there was a guy, his name was Wayne Heather, guy from England. And he went to the gym. This guy was a workout fanatic. This guy went to the gym in the morning, and then he went to the gym after work. And he was there, and he noticed me. And I remember one day he came up and gave me a thumbs up. And I thought, fuck you. I don't need a thumbs up from you. I know what I'm doing. I'm pushing myself. I know it doesn't look pretty, but I'm doing it. And then he started coming up and saying, I just want to say congratulations, and I've noticed the hard work you put in. I saw how you started by just walking. And now look at you. Now you're running. Now you're making a sweat. Because at this point, it had been about a year of me doing these, showing up consistently every day. And now what I'm doing is I'm jogging at a nice pace. And then the last minute of my jog, I upped the speed as much as I possibly could and just sprinted for a full-on minute. And to the point where, and I don't know if you've been in a crowded gym, but there's a certain sound. And when you start sprinting on these machines, it makes a sound and it draws attention. And that's what I think is really important to take away from this story, is you don't start by burning yourself out every day. Get your body and your mind used to the act of just showing up. Put on the clothes that you need to wear. Show up, and as hard as it is, disregard everybody else in the world. If you're jogging on the street and you don't think you look that great and you feel like people are staring at you, it's tough. I know it's tough, but you gotta block it out and just put the work in, and don't even worry about jogging. Just get prepared to jog. Dress as though you're gonna jog. Don't dress as if you're gonna go for a walk. Actually dress as if you're gonna go for a jog. Because if you dress as if you're gonna go for a walk, then you'll never actually get to that point where you'll just kind of test yourself and say, I wonder if we can do it today. So you want to be ready for that moment when your brain, your heart, your soul is all ready to take on that next little leap. It's important to keep up with your fitness. And it's important to have some sort of a workout regime, because again, it's part of that living that successful, abundant, happy life. You have to have three things, and I believe this is really important. You need to have good relationships. You need to have good money, and it doesn't have to be a lot of money, but there is a point where if you're below a certain level of money, you're going to be struggling and stressed. You're not going to be happy. So you need money. You need good relationships, good friends, and you need good health. It's very, very important. So you're going to want to Make sure you have all those things, three things in order. Search for those things. Work on those things. Find a way to get all those three things. I think there's a Buddhist philosophy saying, in order to be truly happy in life, you need very few things. And relationships are a big part of it. And those relationships, you need someone to love and you need someone to love you. That's what you need for true happiness. If you have those two things, everything else is just accessories. But in order to have those relationships, you need to have health. You need to take care of that. It's really important. So listen, do me a favor. I'll tell you what. Go live your life any way you want to. Any way you want to. But tomorrow morning when you wake up, go before you do anything else. If this is the only thing you do this for me. And you know what? If you do it, give me a thumbs up. I'd love to hear in the comments if you did it. Have a glass of water. First thing in the morning. If that's the only thing you do towards your health regime, that's something. Start there. Start with the discipline of getting up in the morning and pouring yourself a glass of water and drinking it before anything else. Someone once told me they refer to it as having a shower for your insides, which I kind of dig. I kind of like that. So do that and start the discipline of getting up every day with the idea that you're going to keep yourself in shape. If you're not in shape right now, you're going to start moving towards it and start carving out a little bit of time in your day and devote yourself to that one push-up or that walk that will set you up for jogs later. But make an effort because it does pay off. It really does in the long run. I'm feeling it already. I've been back at the gym for a month now, and I'm really starting to feel the effects. My hammies hurt so bad today because Wednesday was leg day and they're killing me. But that's all I have today for that. Anyways, folks, if you wouldn't mind, I'd really love it if you sauntered over to whiskycompass.ca and checked it out. And that's whiskey with a Y, no EY. EY is an American way of spelling whiskey. We spell whiskey. I'm a Canadian, so I spell it the Canadian way. Check out whiskycompass.ca. The magazine's going to be launching this Wednesday. Not this Saturday. March 1st, which is next Saturday. So we have in 1 week from recording of this, Whisky Compass will be launched. Check it out. Love to hear the comments. Love to hear what you think about it. Also, check out financialfreeway23.ca. I mean, this is what we're all here for, right? Check out all the archival stuff. I know the videos aren't coming out on a regular basis, and I apologize for that. They might, but I'm kind of banking that they're not. So I'm kind of leaning more towards once-a-week videos. So if you've been following me, I'll set up a playlist, and you guys can binge once in a while if you want. That's fine. Anyways, finally, what we say here, and it's really important for us here with our mission statement, is spread the word, spread the gospel, spread the good news of what we do here, because it is our mission to make sure that the entire world understands that they have an inalienable right to live a life of success, happiness, and abundance. Wherever you are on this rainy Friday afternoon, God bless.